Hi, I'm Greg Tucker. It was 2011 when Fountain of Life first recognized a need critical to impoverished women and children on the other side of the world. We saw that in Zambia's Chibombo district, over half of all births take place without the presence of a skilled health expert. I think that helps explain why their live birth maternal mortality rate is 25 times higher, and their infant mortality rate 7 times higher than U.S. numbers. While many Zambian women would attempt delivery at home, the clinic that was their only other option was woefully inadequate. With no toilets, no running water, no doctor, they had only one midwife and a handful of archaic medical tools. Couple this with the fact that the journey itself is often several hours. They travel on bicycles or in ox carts over rutted tracks. That means a home birth is sometimes the most attractive, albeit a much riskier option. At Fountain of Life, we felt their challenge was our challenge. It was something we needed to address and was clearly one of their highest priorities. After establishing a viable plan and obtaining various permissions and commitments from the powerful tribal chief to district and national government officials, our next step was to raise the necessary funds. Construction materials, supplies, and labor would cost $200,000. Donated medical equipment and supplies would add an additional $300,000. But the need was too great to ignore. With this clinic already averaging a birth a day, it had to be done. We scoured the United States to find individuals, companies, and organizations who shared our desire to help, our sense of responsibility, and they stepped up. After breaking ground in May of 2014, earlier this year I was in Zambia as we handed over keys to the region's first modern maternity ward. 2,700 square feet with running water, toilets, showers, a birthing suite, all dedicated to turning these numbers around. I wish you could have been there. In addition to the tribal chief, local media, our founders, various officials, we were fortunate to be joined by a team from Entheos, one of Fountain of Life's treasured ministry partners who were in the country serving at several of our schools and at the clinic itself. They took a break to join us for the 90-minute program and watched as dignitaries' speeches were interspersed with singers and dancers representing that warm, colorful culture. Following the ceremony, a ribbon was cut and doors were thrown wide open to launch a bright new day, restoring dignity to the mothers and babies in that part of Africa. It really was a great day, and we couldn't have been more pleased, but do you know who the real stars were at our handover event? It was the hundreds and hundreds of beautiful Zambians who walked through the bush to witness this historic occasion. They wanted to be there because for them and for the 150,000 in their remote community, this maternity ward represents hope for a better future and life itself. And that's our goal, to promote life. As we fight for better health care and education in a nation suffering deeply from malnutrition, HIV, and teenage pregnancies, Fountain of Life remains committed to partnering with our supporters to help these dear people experience life to the fullest and even eternal life. And that afternoon, I think, when we handed over the keys to a brand new maternity ward, we made some pretty great progress. We couldn't have done it without people like you. And as we celebrate what happened that day, we also celebrate you. Thank you for being part.